Hello friends, welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Prince Harry, once a symbol of grace and nobility, now often finds himself in the midst of controversies and conflicts. It seems like he's trying to draw attention with shocking actions and statements, but is it really that simple? Watching Harry's journey, you can't help but wonder if he truly grasps the consequences of his choices, or if he's just lost in his own beliefs. This dramatic path will uncover many unknown aspects, allowing us to see Harry's personality and decisions more clearly in a world full of irony and challenges. Harry shared that false stories about him, especially a 7-page article in 2002 accusing him of substance abuse and rehab visits, caused him great distress. He strongly denied these claims, saying they were twisted by a journalist who used photos of him doing charity work. Harry believes his father, Charles, and stepmother, Camilla, might have played a part in spreading these lies to make their lives easier. Despite this, his brother William was more outraged by the deceit, knowing more about the behind-the-scenes manipulations. Harry's relationship with William has deteriorated since, with reports suggesting they haven't spoken for months. To be honest, will Harry ever stop complaining about his life? Now he is bringing up the drug accusations from years ago, trying to blame the article on his father and Camilla. It seems like Harry will never stop. I worry he needs serious help. He wrote about his drug use in his own book, so it's likely the article was somewhat true. Recently, he said something nice about Prince William, which is a big change from the fights they've had, like the dog dish incident years ago. What is Harry trying to achieve by bringing up this old news? Is it ever going to stop when Harry doesn't get his way? He acts like a spoiled child who needs to grow up. The more he hurts his family, the more distant he becomes from them. What doesn't he understand, or is he even capable of understanding? A person who denies their past is likely to repeat it. Harry never sees the wrong he does. He talked about some terrible things he did. Did he lie to sell a book? I highly doubt it. It's surprising how some people deny their past and blame the royal family for their choices. It's unreal and paranoid. He mentioned how he used to smoke pot in an empty outbuilding behind a busy pub where he also had an adventure with Sasha Walpole. His father did what his mother would have done, took him to a rehab center to listen to people's stories. Isn't that part of therapy? Harry was already in the news for his behavior. He doesn't seem to realize that the public also sells stories to newspapers, not just the royal family. Harry spoke like he was the king of a whole kingdom, sounding foolish. Maybe King Charles wanted to humble his son and protect the country's image. There must be some reason for his actions. The truth is, if Harry can do it, he must endure it. He had the guts to use drugs but is afraid of others finding out. He also has no right to blame William. Both William and King Charles tried hard to clean up after the messes Harry made. This all happened because someone was willing to betray her family and country. But that's part of Harry's nature scandals from a young age. People who lack courage tend to play the victim and blame others. Surely he will continue to blame everyone else for his problems. He admitted in his book that he dabbled in drugs. But why would Charles and Camilla spread those rumors? What would they gain from it? Nothing. It seems like Harry isn't being honest. He needs to see a specialist because he has serious issues. What a nasty remark he made. Did he think it was beneath him to do charity work? Would he have dared to say this to his late grandmother? I doubt it. Others in the royal family seem to enjoy their work and see its importance. Harry, however, has openly bragged about his substance abuse. No sympathy from me for what happened in 2002. I don't need to say much more. Harry's words are lies. He tried to slander his father, Camilla, and William to cover up his own mistakes. The girl he embarrassed wasn't to blame, it was Harry's fault. His backtracking and attempts to gaslight for his own self-preservation are clear as day. Here we are again with poor Harry. It's odd, isn't it? Now he wants us to feel sorry for him because he claims his security was forgotten. We saw firsthand what he did to his 96-year-old grandmother. He needs to stop trying to rewrite history. I think he's worried about admitting his drug abuse because he hopes to regain his internationally protected person status and security. This way, he couldn't be deported if he lied on his visa application. We all know the truth about his drug use. Why do you think he always went AWOL at Sandhurst Military Academy? When they announced random drug tests, his excuse was, I have to go. There was an emergency at home, and in the army, Harry just vanished. I know this is true because my friend was in Afghanistan at the same time as Harry. He was never found or tested, unlike the other soldiers. Then there's the statement from the woman who took his virginity behind the pub. She even said on a TV interview that they all dabbled in drugs. She mentioned they did drugs at Highgrove in a den Charles built for them in the basement, but only when Charles wasn't home. This came from the woman Harry mentioned in his book, yet he didn't mind invading her privacy by writing about the incident. But if someone does it to him, he has a hissy fit and tantrum. All the soldiers knew he was taking drugs. He even admitted it in his TV interviews and to that therapist doctor, mate, or whatever his name was. Now it seems he's trying to blame others to avoid responsibility because it's never his fault. It's interesting how he throws a fit despite acknowledging what he's done. If you use drugs, deny you have a problem, and then blame others for your bad choices, you're just trying to hurt everyone. Harry seems like Rip Van Winkle, waking up after 20 years and finding the world moved on without him. Since Harry stormed off to the USA, we've all lived through the hell of COVID. Much of the world is now facing a cost of living crisis, and all of Harry's friends have grown up and moved on with their lives and careers. Only Harry is stuck in the past, playing the victim. He's no longer relevant and has become an unwelcome annoyance. Mixing real facts with speculation to make lies look true is typical of people with paranoia. Sometimes they lie willingly, but often they start to believe their own lies because memories can be faulty. The media knew Harry was a regular drug user, and his official visits were also well known. He admits to his actions, ultimately destroying his own reputation. I don't believe for a minute that Charles or Camilla had anything to do with these stories. Why would any father want his son shamed in the press, especially when it reflects badly on the family? I know Harry has had problems with his family, mostly of his own making, but accusing his father of leaking stories is a step too far. Harry and Meghan clearly lack the maturity expected at their age. Many elites are like that, but people are tired of their endless whining about how badly they are treated by their families in the world. Is this the best his new PR team can come up with, a rehash of his past, shocked that his drug use made it into the public domain? He even claimed it was good for his mental health. We've all seen the images of Harry stumbling out of clubs, sweaty and drunk. Yet here he is, trying to paint his family as the villains while portraying himself as an innocent soul. His Puerto Rico team should realize by now that Harry doesn't handle being caught out well. He wants to live life his own way and expects everyone to keep it quiet. It's a shame he didn't use those incidents as opportunities for reflection and to avoid future headlines. His headline-grabbing behavior in Vegas summed up Harry, and now no one is interested in picking up the pieces anymore. The future may be disappointing for Harry. He still trades on stories of being a war hero, but it's now clear that was mostly PR hype. It's abundantly clear Harry lacks the personal strength to be considered heroic in a war zone. It's embarrassing to see that he never quite lived up to the high standards Palace PR portrayed him to be. Certainly, Harry and Meghan don't think like regular people. They believe they're always right and expect us to unquestionably believe them. In their minds, they think they can convince us they're right. They claim to be happy, yet they're working with their PR team to convince the world otherwise. It's clear this couple is not happy, and I use the term couple loosely. That wraps up today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on these issues. Please share your opinions in the comments below. Wishing you all happiness and cheerfulness. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the King YouTube channel. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.